Welcome everyone. Namaste. My name is Todd Norian, founder of Ashaya Yoga. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I want to ask you and invite you to join the Facebook group, Friends of Ashaya Yoga, for more detailed information, just like a deeper connection to the community. And also join my email list at ashayayoga.com for updates and deeper teachings. And I just finished today's morning practice of meditation in Pillars of Peace, my 30-day challenge. It was so profound. I want to invite you to consider just sign up, even though we're in the second week of it. You can get all the recordings, and it's just a profound way to cultivate this quality of peace. It's been really, really fun. So I want to invite you to join that. You can go to ashayayoga.com, practice online, and you'll see the links for that. We all need certainty in life, because certainty, when you know something, it brings a sense of calm. We can't really survive without a certain amount of it, but uncertainty is needed to be able to thrive in life. Uncertainty, it is this quality of we can't know. And it seems like we can't hold on to certainty either, because we can never stay in certainty. Have you noticed? We have a secret inner longing for the uncertain, even though it can be terrifying and it brings insecurity. It also brings a sense of adventure, a sense of newness, a sense of freshness, and it stimulates our creativity. Look, when you're certain all the time, suddenly dullness sets in. We become very habitual, and actually we become bored. We lose the zest for life. But certainty brings like this fear. Oh, I need to know. Well, guess what? We can't know. Part of the yogic practice is to acknowledge that and recognize that there is a value to not knowing. That if we can just learn how to embrace our uncertainty, then we can thrive in life. That's a very beautiful thing. So I think of certainty as a vitamin and uncertainty as a vitamin as well. And then we want to find the balance of that so that we're not, walking on eggshells all the time. We're not in anxiety all the time. No, we'd be stressed out. But too much certainty now, we start to slow it down. We get kind of dull. And then we lose the zest for life. Look, uncertainty forces you to survive, and it helps you create new pathways. And that's of interest in life, to keep ourselves remembering the miracle of this life. We can't know the future. We can only get to the very furthest edge of each moment, and then be willing to step across the threshold into the next moment of uncertainty, into the next moment of uncertainty, and into the next moment. So we'll explore that today. Turn your thigh bones in. Draw down through your tailbone. Join your index fingers and thumbs. And today, imagine your index finger were certainty and your thumb is uncertainty. Index finger is everything that's known in life. We can see it. We involve our senses. It's earth. And the thumb, vast, like the sky. We can't see the end of the sky. We're faced with living in an infinite universe. And if you think uncertainty isn't part of our destiny, you've got another thing coming to you. Very valuable skill. So touch uncertainty. Place your palms down. Close your eyes. Go into the uncertain. In a certain sense, though, when we go into the darkness, it's like the dark sky. That's when the stars are revealed. The light is revealed in the darkness. We just need to be willing to go there. Take a deep breath in and let the light of the universe fill you. And as you exhale, release whatever blocks the light. Inhale, draw into your heart, set an intention for today. As you exhale, send the intention out into the unknown, into the vastness. We have to come to a place inside where we recognize there's more to life than what our five senses can tell us. There's more than just ourselves. There's this infinite, creative, intelligent universe that is what's behind breathing us. I like to call it grace. And a simple recognition of that helps to release some of those boundaries. We're so attached to having our certainty that we never experience anything new in life. And then when change comes, or big catastrophic change, or just the challenges arise, then we're not equipped. I want to develop my skill in uncertainty. I want to get good at uncertainty. So we embrace both. And the heart is the place where certainty and uncertainty come together. We need both. Find the place of balance between certainty and uncertainty. And go to that space in the middle. It's like a threshold where infinite wisdom opens, where a kind of fullness opens, a feeling of satisfaction, wholeness. It's where creativity emerges. Lift your side ribs from hips to armpits. Take the head of your arm bones back. Hug your shoulder blades with certainty on the back of your heart. But let your heart open to uncertainty, all possibility, your potential. It's unknown, it's not definite, it's not secure. But there's a power of adventure, a power of creativity. Lift your throat, draw your palate back, occiput up. And from your pelvis, sink roots into the earth, and from the pelvis, lift towards the sky. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Let's take a breath and chant one Om together. Om. To the place in the middle, deep in your heart, gently bow. When you're ready, open your eyes. Namaste. Come on up to standing. Today we're going to use a block. So take your block, and first we're going to put it sideways here, in between the shins, feet parallel, hip distance. And I'd like you to start to create certainty by lifting your toes up, hug the block with your shins. Shins in is an action that creates support for the foundation. And then against that shins in, we widen the thighs apart. So take your thigh bones back, tailbone in, widen your thigh bones, widen. So we create certainty in the shins. That helps us afford more space, more openness, more uncertainty in the pelvis. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Hug your shins. Exhale and fold forward. Hug your shins. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, expand into the certainty, and then exhale into the darkness. Go to the uncertain. Inhale, external, and then exhale, go internal. Continue a few more repetitions. And then root down through your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side. Come all the way up. Hug your shins. We need certainty. Exhale, release. But that's not all we need. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale and fold. Hug your shins. Inhale, heart halfway forward. And then exhale, I want you to try as best you can to hobble back into plank pose. Squeeze the block in plank. And then move your thighs back, tail in. As you squeeze your shins, try to widen your thigh bones apart. And then if you need to, you can put your knees down. Otherwise, go into chaturanga for a moment. Squeeze your shins. Exhale down. Squeeze the block, toes back. Inhale, cobra. Squeeze shins. We're doing cobra from the legs. Squeeze your shins. Hug in. Certainty is so needed. Exhale and bow. And then push back up into downward dog pose. Bend your knees a little bit. Squeeze the block. And then turn your thigh bones in and try to widen your sitting bones. We also need uncertainty. Push your sitting bones apart. Uncertainty creates space, possibility, and sense of adventure. Widen your sitting bones with a sense of adventure. And this will feel very, very good for the hips. Now what's interesting, we don't just widen the sitting bones. So with every uncertainty, we offer certainty. It's really the balance. Your shins hug in, but your thighs push apart. The place in the middle, sort of that magical point where you've got really good balance. And then that's sustainable. Breathe, lift your armpits up, but let your heart melt with uncertainty, creativity, but lift your armpits up more. Soften the heart, release the attachment to having to know everything. And find the place of balance. Just enough certainty, armpits up, just enough uncertainty, heart melts. Very good. Okay, and then hobble in, little steps. Push down through your feet, sweep your arms out to the side, and come up, hug your block. Exhale, release. So that was a little bit of a focus for certainty. Let's focus on uncertainty. You'll need a belt for this. And we're going to do something very interesting, which is to put the belt around the thighs. So make a loop. And then step into the loop and put it around the middle of your thighs. Maybe slightly above the middle of your thigh, and pull very tightly. Okay, then you have this extra little sash here. So just do something stylish with it. There we go. Or you can tuck it in. I'm going to tuck mine in so it's out of the way. You got to do something with it. Okay. So I'm going to have like a little load back here. All right, so come on to the front of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. That's important. Take your thighs back, tailbone in. Now, your shins hug, but I want you to push your thighs apart into the belt. And just feel where that is. You'll feel your IT band, this iliotibial band here. Push. And I want you to push so much that you could break the belt. So you push. Keep your toes up. Push your thighs apart. Inhale, thighs apart, stretch up. Thighs apart. Exhale and Fold forward, push your thighs apart. Expand into uncertainty. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, bow, thighs apart, push into the belt. Feel the belt. Inhale, heart forward again. Exhale, fold, push into the belt. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, plank, push into the belt. Hold. Thighs back, tailbone in. Try to keep your heels straight back, and then just push your thighs apart. Push. Then tailbone in. Chaturanga, thighs apart, push. All the way down, toes back. Inhale, come up. And even here, keep your shins in, but push your thigh bones apart. It's not as easy. We don't do as well with uncertainty. So explore that. Exhale down. Now widen your hands off your mat. Come onto ego talons. And inhale up. So it's a wide hand cobra. Inhale, lift the side ribs, head of the arm bones back. Press your thigh bones apart. Now grow from your pelvis through your feet, and from your pelvis, lengthen your spine more. As you widen your thighs apart, you're tapping into creativity because the hips and the pelvis open. Second chakra is our creative potential. Hug shins in, thighs wide, place in the middle. We need certainty and uncertainty. Exhale, come down. Come back into puppy dog pose. Curl your toes under. Even here, push your thighs apart. But so often we get really attached to certainty. We get complacent. We get stuck in the familiar. And we wonder why, I'm not living my dream, why my life is dull. And partly, why relationships don't work. Because you're not sourcing your true sense of self-expression. When you're aligned with the gift that you were brought here to give, you thrive in every area of your life. Widen your thighs to thrive. And then downward dog. Bend your knees a bit and then push your thighs apart. You can really feel it here, yes? Lift your sitting bones. Okay, break the belt now. Then press the base of your shins back and try to bring your heels toward the floor. Shins back, armpits up. Shins back, armpits up. Base of the shins back, inner armpits up. And breathe. Now see if you can find the place in your downward dog pose, a place in the middle between certainty and uncertainty where those two qualities are balanced. Finger pads and roots are clawed. The heart stays soft. Keeping all of that, take your right hand to your left shin. You have to engage your left shoulder more. Twist. Thighs wide. Right hand back. Exhale, left hand to the right outer shin. Push your shin in. Widen your thighs more. This is kind of uncertain. Left hand comes back. Exhale down onto all fours. Bring your wrists under your shoulders, knees under the hips, curl your toes. Inner rotate your thighs. Lift your head, look up, and you're going to widen your thigh bones here. And then exhale, bow. Pull your tailbone down, but keep your thighs wide. Inhale, lift your sitting bones. Exhale, bow. Inhale. Exhale. Come to neutral spine. This is the balance of thighs go back, uncertain, tailbone in, certain, pull your belly in. And then You won't be able to stretch your left leg back, but lift your left knee up. Stretch your right arm forward. And you're going to push against the belt, so you move your left leg back to whatever extent you can. Hug midline. And release, right hand back down. And then left arm up, focus more on the left. But maybe you can lift your right knee off the floor and just move it back, depending on the belt. Just a little. Breathe. Push against certainty, please. Go beyond it. And release. Curl your toes under. Go back into a little bit of a squat. And then slowly come up, knees bent, go to Utkatasana. With the belt now, this really does feel like you're sitting on the edge of the throne. Sit on the edge of your throne. Embarrassing, but this is what it is. Keep your knees as wide, center of the knee as wide as toe 2 and 3. Every time you sit down, there's a little bit of uncertainty, isn't there? Okay, root down through your feet and inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Palms in front. Okay, should we take this off now? Okay. Step out of your belt. Oh, and now feel your legs. Freedom. Yes. Very good. Step to the back of your mat. Exhale. Right foot forward in a lunge. Let's go to warrior 1. So back foot's on the floor, about 60 degrees. Turn your left hip forward. Right knee's over the right ankle and stretch your arms up. And breathe. Become the warrior of uncertainty. In other words, you can maintain your composure even when you're uncertain. You know, you maintain a sense of adventure, a sense of curiosity, and actually just a little bit of joy. It's like, well, let's see what's here. Left hip forward more. From your pelvis now, push your outer left heel down. Outer heel. Push your right shin forward. Outer left heel, right shin forward, tailbone in. So we're in Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Let's do reverse Vira 1. So your left hand comes down to your thigh. Push your thigh up into your hand and arch back just a little bit. Inhale, left arm up. Now spin your left heel off the floor and bring your right hand back to the left thigh. So we put a little twist in the reverse. Tailbone in, curl back, arch back. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, step forward, left foot. Inhale. Exhale, right foot back. Turn your right foot on the floor, 60 degrees, heel to heel. Hug your legs, bend the left knee into a square. And we want the femur to approach parallel. It's challenging to get all the way down. So 90 degrees here, or a little bit less is fine. And then scissor your legs. Certainty is absolutely needed to go forward. Take the right hip forward now. Left hip back, draw your tail in, and then stretch your arms up. Hug your shins, certainty, widen your thighs. A willingness to be in the uncertain. We want our consciousness to explore the uncertain. In that is discovery, in that is evolution, in that is, broadening your horizons. It takes a certain warrior fearlessness to step into uncertainty and embrace it. You want to thrive? Embrace uncertainty. Reverse, right hand to the right thigh. Stretch up, arch back. Inhale, right arm up. Now, spin your right heel up, hug your shins, widen your thighs, twist, left hand to the right thigh, push your thigh up into your hand. Just reach up as much as you can and start to curl back. Breathe. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. Exhale, step forward. So to do this, a little push on the back foot, but more so I want you to lean into your left foot so that you come forward like this, push your left foot down. So there's no stress on the back leg coming forward. And exhale, release your arms. Take a wide stance now. Square your left foot to the back edge, turn your right foot all the way open, hug your legs, and bend your right leg. Bring your right forearm down, thighs back. And isn't it true that our back body is where the uncertain lives? In all the technique, always the thighs go back, the head of the arm bones go back. We want to go into the back body. Represents universe, represents our potential. So thighs back, touch uncertainty, tailbone in, belly in. Bring your left hand behind your head, elbow down, and then pull your left armpit back. So the head of the arm bone goes into the back plane, universal. Keep a connection to the back plane as you stretch your left arm out over the ear. And breathe. From your pelvis, root your feet down into the earth, certainty, and from your pelvis, rise through your spine. Reach deeper into the uncertain. Grace flows more fully when our mind is out of the way, when you can allow for uncertainty. The Buddhists call it the don't know mind. Love that. Root your legs. Inhale, come up, turn your feet. Square your right foot, turn your left foot open. Hug your legs. We need some certainty, otherwise we would never move forward in life. Hug. Bend your left knee, left forearm to your thigh, and then go to the uncertain. Mainly stick your butt out. It's kind of fun. But this is going to align your spine and open your hips more than anything. Then draw your tail in. Put your right hand on your right thigh. The right thigh, when it widens, is going to go up toward the ceiling. So you widen your inner right thigh up. You just push into your hand. Pull your tailbone in more. Good. Then, right hand behind the head back into your hand, armpit back, everything into the back body. Stretch your right elbow and then stretch your right arm. Breathe. Turn your low belly toward the earth, more certainty, and back towards the right thigh, but turn your heart up to uncertainty. Down through your legs, and inhale, come up, feet parallel, step your feet together. Anchor your weight into your right leg, because we're going to balance. Bring your left ankle on top of the knee, so Sthiti Chaturasana. This is the standing force. You make the number 4 here. Palms in front, spread your toes. Exhale, hug your shins. Bend your knee, turn your thighs in, stick your butt way back. Now for a little deeper stretch, press your left knee toward the floor. The more you sit down in the pose, the deeper the stretch. And then maybe you can bring your elbows in front of the shins. Let's try it. Balance is a great one. One-legged poses bring uncertainty. Deal with it. And then inhale, come up. And we start to get good at finding balance in a very precarious situation. Okay, so that's why the one-legged pose is very good for developing security in an insecure environment. Okay, ready? Cross your right ankle, palms in front. Exhale. Bend the left knee, turn your thighs in, stick your butt way back. Right little toes toward the floor. So you gotta spread your toes, push little toe toward the floor, push right knee down. Then tailbone in. And breathe. Find the edge between balance and falling, between certainty and uncertainty. I promise you can have more fun when you're on the edge of that. Life can never become boring when you have the right amount of uncertainty. And that's where it's all going anyway. You think it's certain forever? Like stock market is certain? No. It's one of the allurements of gambling, I think, is, you don't know if you're going to win. And there's an excitement, there's a shakti in that. I'm not advocating gambling, though. I mean, if you want to. Inhale, root your foot down. But it's more like to just acknowledge the presence of uncertainty in our lives so that when you're faced with that, it doesn't knock you off balance so much. Okay. Now, we're going to go to the wall, so you're going to have to find a place in your practice space where you can get to a wall. I'm going to use the door. So you put your mat right up, come down to all fours, feet at the wall. Okay, we're going to do L up the wall and then a little variation. I know some of you struggle with this pose, so to make it easier, walk your hands a couple of inches forward. Okay, it's going to give a little bit of relief from your wrists. And then center of the wrist as wide as the outer shoulders, wrist creases straight ahead, claw the 10 pads and the metacarpal knuckles. It's the roots where the fingers join. So I want your pressure to be on your fingers, not on your wrists. Lengthen your side ribs. Then melt the heart. The heart thrives on uncertainty. In a certain way, it doesn't really want to know. It's more romantic, so I've heard. So you melt the upper back. There's always a little sense of mystery. Then go to downward dog pose. Look at your thumbs and see if you can push one foot at the wall and then the other. You can walk a little higher than halfway, but don't go all the way up. Ideally, the feet are at hip level. Then keep your armpits away from the wall as you lean your heart towards the adventure. Heart toward the wall. Armpits away from the wall. Thighs back. Widen your thighs. Then tailbone in. Pull your ribs in. Hold. Exhale, slowly come down and rest. Okay, here's the variation now. Come and do downward dog pose. And your heels are 45 degrees. So they're up on the wall a little bit. Feet are 45. Same action, lift your armpits away from the wall, heart toward the wall. And now we're just going to go one leg up, curl your toes under, and hold. It's like one-legged dog pose, but you got the wall. Then squeeze your legs and see if you push into your hand and your leg, you can float your left foot off the floor. And then bring your left heel right into the crack of the wall and the floor. And then if you can, walk your hands in a little and stretch your right leg up the wall more. Curl your toes under, hug your shins.
Widen your thighs, tailbone in. Exhale, release. So it's a one-leg dog at the wall, but actually we're in a way doing an inverted Hanumanasana, leg split. Second side, left leg up, curl your toes under and hold. Then scissor your legs so much and push your left foot at the wall so much that your right heel floats up. Then lower your right heel right back into the crack of the floor and wall. Walk your hands in, maybe an inch, maybe a lot, maybe 6 inches. And then walk your left toes up the wall more. Lift the inner left thigh more. Right thigh back toward the wall. Breathe. Go a little bit more. Scissor your legs. Certainty is needed here. At the same time, lift the inner thigh and widen. Uncertainty. Exhale, release. Whew. Okay, so now you can come away from the wall. Downward dog pose. Exhale, right foot to the left of center between your hands. Roll to the little toe edge of your right foot. Right knee out to the right. Left knee to the floor. Pause and breathe. Please scissor your legs. If there's any pain in your knee, then you might need to pull your foot closer towards your hip. What I'm looking for is a 90-degree angle of the shin. And if that's not possible for you, that's fine. There is another stretch I'm going to give those that this is problematic. You line your back, cross your ankle over your knee, and pull your thigh in. Okay? So while you do that, the rest of us are going to do this. And then put your left hand in the sole of your right foot and push your foot into your hand. And the action here is to keep your shins perpendicular. The back heel has to stay perpendicular. Keep certainty. And then widen your thighs. Widen the left thigh to the left, right hip to the right. Expand into the boundary between certainty and uncertainty and dwell there. Breathe into the stretch. Now root your pelvis more down into the floor. From your pelvis, push your left big toe ball mound back and your right shin forward. Specifically, left big toe ball mound back, find it. Right shin forward. Breathe. And switch. Bring your right leg back. Make sure your hip goes with you. Exhale, left foot to the right of center. Same thing, those of you on your back, you're going to do Sukhi Randrasana, just switch your legs. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Okay, right foot goes down. Put your right hand in the sole of the left foot and push your foot into your hand. And that push widens your thighs. I want you to try to feel that. As soon as you push your left foot into your right hand, the thighs push apart. Then root the pelvis down more and push through your right big toe ball mound, left shin forward. Push left shin forward. These are, subtle actions. When I say move the shin forward, it's isometrically. What does that mean? It doesn't move. But the muscles engage as if you could move it. Lift your inner right thigh more and widen the right thigh to the right, left hip to the left. Nice deep breaths. The breath is one of the tools we can use when we're in an uncertain situation. We have way more uncertainty. The anxiety starts to rise. You breathe, and the breath guides you back to certainty. So within your uncertainty, use the tool of your breath to anchor you. But when you face uncertainty, practice like right now, don't retreat. Don't pull away from it. Stay with it. Embrace it more. Okay. Exhale, release. Downward dog. Now, for this next one, you'll need 2 blocks and possibly a blanket. If you have 3 blocks, that'll be a little bit easier. And here's what we're going to do. Right leg forward, left knee back, hands on block. So it's just a simple lunge. And then lengthen your right leg. Come on your heel. Root the heel, drag back. Widen your thighs. Stretch. Big hamstring stretch. Now see if you can slide your heel forward. Even just a little bit is fine. Keep your back toes curled under and square your left hip to the front. Hug your shins, widen your thighs. Lean a little bit over to your right, widen your left thigh. Uncertainty is what's going to open your hips. You seem a little uncertain about that. Then lean over toward the left and widen your front thigh to the right. More. What we're doing is we're de-rotating the hamstring muscles. We're widening them. They have an external weave. We're giving it a little bit of an internal weave. And it helps to separate. A lot of those, the hamstrings, there's 3, they're like glued together. Scar tissue and just tension and stuck connective tissue. So that's why it hurts. We're actually widening it and we're increasing circulation and flexibility. In flexibility comes strength. Inhale, come back to center. Take 1 block and you're going to place it directly underneath the right sitting bone. And you can put the block, up really high if you're that high off the floor, or put another blanket underneath it. But I'd like you to sit on a block. The other block can be here for your arms, and then 1 arm up if you can, and then switch, other arm up. And that's our Hanuman Asana, the leg split pose. But it's just an all-around great hamstring, hip, and quadricep opener. Okay. If you can get both arms up, if you hug into the middle first, squeeze your legs, scissor your legs, that'll give you more certainty. And then you can reach up towards the uncertain, grounded in the certainty of your heart. Exhale. Release. Carefully switch. Start. Left leg forward lunge. Use your blocks. And then walk your hands back, left leg straight, root the heel. Check to see that you're not sickling your foot. It means that it's turned in. Widen your toes. Get the 5th toe, that's the earth toe, to widen out. Root the heel, pull back, and then bow. So this is, we call it half Hanuman. It's runner stretch. And this just warms up the muscle. Like that's the feeling of the stretch you want to maintain. We don't want any sharp pains in this. And try to place the stretch more in the belly of the muscle. If you start feeling it in your knee, Then you bend the knee a little bit. Okay, glide your left foot forward, not all the way, and scissor your leg strongly. Lean torso left, widen your back thigh right. Hold and breathe. So this is the therapeutic. And we're not so concerned about how far you are in this pose. Keep your right heel perpendicular. That's certainty, because that's going to hug your shin. Widen your right thigh. The widening is the uncertainty. Inhale, come back to center. Lean your torso a little bit to the right. Widen your left thigh to the left. And breathe. You may notice occasionally from holding the pose, the body starts to open up. To make it open more, hug your muscles onto the bones. Very interesting concept. The body needs to feel safe to open. It needs certainty to go into uncertainty. So hug, explore your potential, go beyond comfort zone. Come back to center. Then you can place a block underneath left sitting bone and build up the block as much as you need. You can put a blanket under there if you need more, a big bolster. Hug the legs to the middle, one arm up. Breathe. Switch. Both arms if you can. Hug your legs toward the middle. Pull from feet to pelvis. And then from your pelvis, you're going to push out through the right big toe ball mound and the left foot. Right big toe ball mound goes back. Left foot goes forward. Breathe. Hold. Exhale. Release. There's no easy way out. But what's very delightful is come into child's pose now. The point of that last stretch was this. Big toes touch, knees are wide, and melt down into child's pose. And then inhale, come up. And we're going to lie on our backs, but I'm going to have you lie over an accordion fold blanket. So take one of your blankets, open it up so it's long, and on the folded long side, you're going to make a pleat. 4 to 5 inches. And then fold that under. Again, pleat. And fold under. So this is what it'll look like. Okay? The folded end goes against your body, so we're going to put that here. Have a seat on your sticky mat. The blanket is 1 or 2 inches back. Come slowly down. You're going to have to adjust the blanket as you come down. So it should hit you right where the low back starts to curve. You can move it if it feels too bulky. Move it further up, away from the sacrum. And then carefully bring your spine to the center of the blanket. Once you're there, take the blanket and we're going to fold it under. I actually just like to pull it under so that it presses up against the neck. And it's going to fill the exact curve under your neck. Okay, so I just pulled it under a little bit. Your head is elevated. And then bring your palms, arms by your sides, palms up. Let your feet turn out. And as you exhale now, release your legs and relax into the blanket. What's good about this is now your spine is elevated and that whole central channel is getting more energy. the peripheral sides of your body descend towards the earth. Arm bones, outer hips, ears. And what stays the highest is the midline in your heart, the place where uncertainty touches certainty, where grace touches the individual. Close your eyes, melt into it, breathe. Let go of all need of certainty now. Open to the universal. Let grace escort you to worlds beyond. Let your mind roam. Body is relaxed. Let your muscles go. Let your bones descend. And what you start to find is the beautiful paradox that this place of uncertainty, this place of the unknown, where grace exists and all possibility of goodness exists for you, becomes the most certain part of your heart. The universe is a constant. Grace is constantly uplifting you, infusing you with the life force. Let yourself receive now. Receive the deep inner peace in the form of your breath. And then breathe all the way down to your fingers and your toes. Receive the blessing of uncertainty, creativity, adventure. May you find new strength during uncertain times. And then move your fingers and toes. Gently stretch. Bend your knees now, feet flat on the floor. And to come off the blankets, bring your right hand behind your head. And then roll to your right side. And what's nice is your head will come right into the pillow of your elbow. And you can slide off the blankets and inhale, come up to sitting. You can sit back up on the blankets or on a block.
Join your index fingers and thumbs now, perhaps in a new way, as if for the first time, to be okay in uncertainty. Close your eyes. We come to find our strength and our power is actually sourced in the uncertain times, instead of tightening and shying away from it. We learn how to open as we embrace each moment. Find the balance now of certainty and uncertainty. And let that guide you back to your heart. Dwell in a place in your heart between certainty and uncertainty, where light flows through you. Where a kind of inner strength, this inner light that's always there, guides you. Follow it back home to the abode of your heart. And dwell there like a spiritual warrior. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And imagine one hand was certainty and the other hand was uncertainty. You bring them together in balance. The head and the heart and the body aligned. Offer support now and offer gratitude to all those who practiced today and to yourself. Let's send light out into this world during uncertain times to bring more peace, more ease, but not to avoid, not to repress, but to courageously step again and again into the unknown. And may we find the heart of creativity and adventure there. And may we make that our home. Take a deep breath in and let's channel together. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me. Please join our Facebook group page, Friends of Ashaya, to learn more. And would love to see you. Come onto my website. Come join the Pillars of Peace 30-day challenge. We're not even halfway through yet, so there's plenty of challenge left. And I hope to see you again. Have a beautiful day. Okay, peace.